Did Kawhi Leonard just close the door on the Warriors? None of it felt completely real until the final buzzer, but here we are. The Toronto Raptors, on the way into Game 4, I wrote if. In the end, that's exactly the way the night unfolded. The Toronto defense. Friday, the entire story flipped. So did the series. Kawhi finished with 36 points, 12 rebounds and 4 steals on 12 of 22 shooting. The entire night, the rest of the Raptors deserve credit alongside Kawhi. Their defense was at Kawhi's 2019 playoff run seems like it could go down in history alongside Dwayne Wade in 2006, Dirk Nowitzki in 2011, LeBron in 2016, and every other legendary run we'll be talking about for the next several decades. But the entire on the Warriors side, the next few days will be dominated by questions about Kevin Durant's health and plenty of soul-searching. Klay Thompson now the Warriors are on the brink. It seems impossible. The series isn't over, but the Raptors have control. The Warriors are I am sure the Warriors are asking the same thing, Related slideshow, best of the 2019 NBA Finals provided by Iman.
Raindrop, drop top smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park pot.